Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got the Mavic Air 2 and you know, you just can't wait to try out the capabilities of this drone. So I'm going to take it up and see if I can do a hyperlapse. We got a fairly windy day and I see some kind of interesting cloud formations on the other side of me here. So I'm going to put it up and we'll probably burn a whole battery doing a hyperlapse looking at those clouds. So hopefully we'll get some movement from them. And I know we'll see some movement in the trees because it's fairly windy. And then once we're done with that, that'll probably take a whole battery if I do it right. And then we'll bring it down and we're going to try out the APAS, the tracking, and I want to see you know, if that APAS system, if it'll move around. We've got a lot of trees here and things that I can walk around. Now what I'm smart enough not to do is I know this thing does not have side sensors on it, so I'm going to keep it following me from behind because I don't want it to go sideways into something because it can't look to the side. It doesn't have sensors on the side, and I'm not trying to crash my drone, but you definitely do want to know the capabilities of that, so we're going to try that out today. So got a couple of batteries. Let's try it out and let's see how it does. Let me get everything fired up and we'll get it in the air. Okay, the drone says it's takeoff permitted at the top, so it checks out. I'm going to start recording. Of course, we'll stop that when we start do the hyperlapse, but I'm going to do it for takeoff, etc. here, and we'll probably do a quick droney just like I always do. So we're recording in 4K 30 frames per second, and boy, no reason not to take off. So we're taking off right now. Let me tilt the camera down so you can actually see it. There we go. Take off. Okay, I'm in normal mode here. We're gonna bring it in for a quick look. And we have obstacle avoidance on. Let me get out of that. We have obstacle avoidance on, so you can see that gimbal at work there. And that's the beeping you hear is obstacle avoidance. Let's do a manual droney right now. Reverse and up. Boy, it's hard to beat DJI flight controls. Drop that camera down just a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is I am looking to do a hyperlapse. So I was looking at that cloud off in the distance there. You know, we're probably better off if we're at lower altitude doing that. So I'm going to bring her down just a little bit and bring it back closer to us. Let's drop some altitude. And I know we can kick the gimbal up because I know there's going to be a lot probably in the sky there that we're going to want to look at. So I'm going to stop recording right now and I'm going to click on that film strip at the top and go into hyperlapse. I'm not going to make you guys sit all through all this. Why would I do that? I'm going to shut off video here and we're just going to let it go, and I'll turn the camera back on when it's time to do that precision landing. Hopefully I get enough battery to complete this one. We'll see. Okay, I actually stopped the time lapse probably not quite 2/3 of the way in because it was going into a neighborhood that I didn't want it in. So I'm going to initiate return to home. It's even give me a weak signal because I had the drone, I had it on course lock and I had it set just below the horizon, so the drone was gradually descending too. The other thing that I wish I had done was started at a higher altitude as well as a slower speed. It was actually traveling faster than I would have liked, but we're on an auto return to home now. And because it was so low, I was even getting some weak signal stuff. I mean, it was pretty low to the ground. It was down to about 16 meters, and you know, you're starting to go over neighborhoods and stuff, and you don't want to do that. you'd want to be a lot higher up than that at least. So here we are, we're coming home, and let's see if we can get a nice, well, let me start recording again here, video. Sorry about that, I should have been recording all along on the trip back, but we've got the screen recording. So we are almost home. Let's see if we can get that precision landing. Hit that function button, drop it down here. Let's see if we can find that landing pad this time. It's a little bit off if you look at this, but that's all right because it would just land right here on the sidewalk. And we're at 28% battery. Oh, I don't know, it looked like it was closing in on it there for a second. Yeah, it picked up the camera. No, it's not going to hit the pad. Yeah, I can't remember, I'm not sure if I had the camera low enough to see that, but so it's next to the pad. You know, I had it out at the Snake River Canyon yesterday. It hit it right on a couple times, and we've missed both landings today. So anyway, I don't know what that's about, but let me stop recording. Okay, so I'm gonna switch batteries, and let's try some of the tracking and APAS and obstacle avoidance. I'm gonna pilot it, and I'm gonna head it towards objects and see if it can find its way around, and then we're gonna do some tracking and try the same thing. So give me just a second here. Okay, we got 100% battery, takeoff permitted. So yeah, I'm anxious to see how that hyperlapse came out. Like I said, if I had it to do over again, there was a couple things I would have done different there, but yeah, you should have already seen that, so hopefully it looked good. So anyway, let's take off here, and let's try some of the APAS and tracking and obstacle avoidance. So we are going to, let me lower the camera a little so you can see it. We're going to take off right now. Okie dokie, so let me move it out in front of us a little bit and turn it around. Okay, so I'm looking, obstacle avoidance is on. Let's go in there and make sure that, yeah, APAS is on, advanced pilot assisted systems. So that's on, everything's normal. No reason to not just start. Let's see, there's my my car there. Let's see what happens if we try and fly into my car. I've got full stick forward. Yep, and it's going right over the top of it. It works. Oh, that was pretty cool. Okay, let's turn it around. Let's try it the other way. I gotta be honest with you, that was a little scary because you don't know if it's gonna do it or not. So I'm gonna lower the altitude down a little bit here. Let's drop the gimbal down just a tad. Let's do the same thing over again. Now I can't see the drone, it's on the other side of my car, so I'm taking it on faith that this will all work. So full stick forward, and it's coming towards my car and going right over the top. Cool. And as soon as it thought it was clear, then here it comes. Yeah. So let's see if it'll fly into me. And it won't. It goes out. It's looking for a way around. I'm holding the stick forward. It sees that tree there. It's just not going to move. It doesn't like that. Okay, let's try some smaller objects like this pole right here. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little more ginger about it. In fact, I'm putting it in tripod mode here, guys. Let me see if I can center on it again. And we are going to go. And it sees it. Yeah, but it won't move around it. Now I wonder why it won't move around it. So let me back off again. And let me put it in normal mode. I wonder if that was because it was in tripod mode. Okay, normal mode, full stick forward. And it flew right around it. Yeah, so in normal mode it flew around it. So this building right here, so I'm sure I doubt it'll fly over the top of it, but let's try it. Look, it did. Look, it sees right over the top of the building. Now that was me hitting the stick up there because I was looking at the screen and it scared me, but you know what? As soon as I turned around and looked at the drone, it was fine. So that APAS system works pretty good. Okay, you can't see it. Well, you'll be able to see it on camera here. Let's try it. I'm going to try and back it into me here. And let's see what it does. So we're coming back. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have as much faith in that. I don't know if that APAS works as well in reverse because that's how close we are to the camera. Now you can hear the obstacle avoidance. Now hold it. I just held the stick down there again and it did it. And I'm holding the stick, it's going right underneath this tree here. And let's go forward now. Full stick forward. We're underneath the tree. And you can hear the obstacle avoidance. Yeah, this drone has some brains, folks. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's do some tracking and let's see how it does. Now, what I'm going to tell you is I am not going to circle around things because I know it does not have obstacle avoidance to the rear, or to the sides, excuse me. But let's see if it'll, let's see if it can follow me around here a little bit and how it'll avoid things. Now, if I understand it correctly, all you have to do is draw a box, and it's not letting me do that. What if I have to stop recording? Let's try that. Yeah, yesterday I was able to access this right on screen, so I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure that there's not a setting or something that I have off here, but I don't think so. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I couldn't get it into tracking mode. You're supposed to just be able to draw a square out of around yourself and it puts it in tracking. It just wouldn't do it. So let's bring it down and let's see what happens here. Let's try another precision landing just for the fun of it. So I looked through the menus to see if I was doing something wrong. I don't know what I missed there, but I actually, when I was out at the Snake River, I was able to get it to track, but I couldn't do it here. I tried drawing the box and it just wouldn't do anything on screen. So what I'm going to do is we're going to land it. We're going to shut it down, shut everything down, and restart and take off again. So, and see if it just needed a reboot or something. I don't know. And there again, precision landing here. It's a miss. It's not going to hit the. It's not going to hit the pad. In fact, it's a ways off. So, boy, I had two really good precision landings out at the Snake River Canyon yesterday, but boy, it sure missed them today. 3 for 3. 3 for 3 misses. Okay, I fired up the Fly app again. Says it's got it. Says takeoff permitted. Start recording. Take off. I'm going to let it hover above its landing site there for a little bit. That should be long enough. Go straight up. I want to give it a good look at that landing pad. Okay, then forward. And turn it around again. There it got me. Don't know what was happening before there, but we rebooted it and it got me. So close. There we go. And we want it to trace, which it's going to be right behind me. So we're going to walk away from the Canon camera here. In fact, I'll stop recording on the Canon and we'll see how well it does here. So it's just staying in place there. So I did something wrong there. It's not following me. Okay, I didn't hit go. There we are, there we are. So it should follow me now. And it is. I can hear it. So I'm going to walk under the canopy of these trees and let's see what it does. Let's see if it lowers itself. I suspect that's what it'll do. Yeah, so I'm going to slow down so it had a chance. I didn't want to walk so far that it would lose me. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. It lowers itself. So now this one will be interesting because you got this sign right here and the canopy, and it found it. Well, that was scary. I was watching that on screen. It found its way around. So I'm gonna walk between a couple other trees here, but I'm not gonna go really fast because I don't want it to my experience with the Mavic 2 zoom is that if it loses you optically, you know, it's not like the Skydio. It can lose you in that fashion. Yeah, this did great. It's perfect. Yeah, I was trying to fool it around that pole. No fooling it. Now you can set it to circle you, and we'll try that. But because it doesn't have any side sensors, let's stop for a second and let's put it in parallel. And if I understand parallel correctly, it will follow me from the side, but hopefully, I'm hoping, yeah, it does it a little bit. Oh, I didn't hit start, I think. So at parallel, I forgot you gotta click go. Okay, so let's see here. I'm a little bit concerned. Because it doesn't have side sensors, but it's supposed to come at you from kind of an angle. Well, that really is kind of the same as trace. So I don't know if that's because that's how I started it. I suspect it probably is. So then the other thing you can do is circle, and we'll try that. But I'll tell you, because the drone is going to be flying sideways, I would not count on the obstacle avoidance sensors on this thing to not hit something. So we're going to quick stop, and we're going to go into circle, and let's just do a slow. I didn't click go. There we go. There's go. So it's doing a counterclockwise circle around me. Now the thing is, the drone is flying sideways right now, so I know darn well if I walked towards one of those poles or trees or something right now, it would probably fly right into it. So let's see if we can adjust that on screen here. Let me whip it around the other way, and it did. It changed directions that fast. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of a handy thing. There again, I'm going to caution you, that's not something that I would use would you have obstacles, for sure. Okay, let's stop that, and let's try that parallel again. I am going to get where it's looking at me from the side, and we're going to go into parallel, and I'm going to click go, and let's see what it does. And it really is kind of still staying behind me. And there again, this is one you're going to want to use with caution because it doesn't have those side sensors. And I'm going towards the building here, and I'm going to stop because I just don't want it to go into the side of one of these buildings. In fact, let's walk around these buildings and let's see what happens. So this I have some confidence because because we are I was going to walk between, but I don't want to walk over their stuff there. But because it's behind me, I know those front sensors will allow it to see whatever it could potentially run into. So there again, I purposely didn't outrun the drone. I mean, I could have ducked around that corner probably and lost it. But I'm giving it time. And that looks kind of close, but it's missing all that stuff. Let's walk right underneath this basketball hoop. So this has got to be a fairly challenging environment here because of all of these little trees. And what's it going to do? But it saw it. Well, that's pretty darn cool. Okay, so the drone is just right there looking at me. Let's stop, and we're down to 28% battery. Let's get out of that altogether, and let's fly out, and let's do a return to home. So reverse and up now. I wanted to get it far enough away that it'll do a real return to home. And we're going to hit RTH, return to home. Let's see if we can nail a landing here. Here she comes. Let's click that camera down. I'm going to do it now so you can see the whole trip. So it's getting up to its 60 meters. There it is. Now it's coming this direction. Come on, baby, we need you to do it this time. I've been telling everybody how smart this drone is. Let's get a precision landing. You know, one of the things is I've been using the blue side up on this pad this whole time. So I wonder if it doesn't recognize that that blue side of the landing pad. Look, we're way off here. It's not even close. In fact, I'm going to have to move the camera for you to see where it's going to land here. So we move the camera, you can see it come down. So yeah, I mean, we're a good, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 feet off the pad there. So yeah, precision landing just hasn't been one of the high points of this drone today. I think we have proven how smart it is. It's done a bunch of smart stuff. In any case, let me get it all shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Okay guys, the Mavic Air 2. So we tried out a hyperlapse, and you guys will have already seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping that it looks pretty cool there. Like I said, I made some mistakes there. I should have had it higher up. I should have slowed down its forward motion, and I did that in course lock. And I also, be careful when you're setting that course lock, because I had it actually below the horizon, so the drone was slowly descending too. And it got out there far enough that it was over some housing developments and stuff, so I just canceled it, or it was gonna go over some housing developments there, so I just canceled it and brought it back. And we were getting fairly low on battery there anyway, so I'm sure that's going to come out to be about a 6 or 7 second clip. But what a cool thing, and I'm hoping that the clouds, we got some good cloud action there, and with the wind today, maybe saw some of the trees blowing in the wind. And then we tried out the APAS, and it just works phenomenally. I mean, you saw me try and fly it into my car there, and it went right over the top. Smart little drone here. And then, you know, walking around between the trees here and so forth, it did perfect. And we even went around the small poles, and I like the way it ducked below the canopy and that sort of thing. So clearly there's some brains inside this drone. Again, you know, I talked about it. There are no side sensors on it, so I would be very, very careful about doing anything that's going to send the drone sideways, because it just won't see it, and it'll run into it. You know, so I was careful as I made 90-degree turns that the drone kept me in sight, and that allowed it to choose its path forward. But in any case, I just had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as I had fun making this video. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you looking at this video, and we will see you on the next one. The DJI Mavic Air 2, just a phenomenal little drone, man. Just too freaking cool for words. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.